Um, so I don't know if that recorded. I'm so good at this, you know. Um, I just got out of the shower, and I guess you can tell because my hair's wet. But that normally takes a lot out of me, and it did. Um, but I'm going to try to get through this anyway. Uh, I've mentioned my bipolar disorder before, and one thing that I'm on is Seroquel XR. I've been on Seroquel before for years, but it's always put a lot of weight on me. And I'm on lithium too, and lithium puts weight on you. So, but with this COPD, you know, like every pound that you put on makes it even harder for you to breathe. So, I'm gonna quit my Seroquel. My shrink has blessed it, and I go to see her Thursday because she wants to see what else she can give me. And the truth is, I'm so sick and tired of taking pills. You know, I'm happy with lithium. I don't think I need anything else. Anyway, what I do notice when I'm not on an antipsychotic, because Seroquel, like, I'm not psychotic, but Seroquel is an antipsychotic, and it also balances mood. So I'm just noticing that actually I'm pretty manic in a number of ways, and I can just tell because, you know, once I was on the rock cocktail, I didn't shop at all. I mean, I didn't go to eBay. I didn't do any of those things. But I get this craving to buy when I'm going into mania, and also with Seroquel, I have a craving for sweets. So I've gained 10 pounds since I started taking it a month and a half ago, I think it was, maybe 2 months. And I can't allow that. I can't allow that. So what I'm going to do is just stop taking it, and not take anything else if I can possibly help it. I think other than that, my bipolar is pretty under control. I mean, I do still see things, but they're out of the corner of my eye. And, you know, with my background, it could be something. So I don't know. You know, I have never told my paranormal stories before to large groups of people, but I'll tell you that there was a building that I owned a few years back, and I remember as we were constructing it. I mean, it was a building there, but we were redoing it. Over this balcony, I could see this man, and he was dressed like a construction worker would be. But I noticed because there were no stairs to go up, you had to go on a lift to go up there. And the lift wasn't there, and I thought, oh, somebody stuck up there. So I said, hello? And he moved outside the doorway to where I couldn't see him anymore, and I yelled, who's up there? And my contractor said, there's nobody up there. And I said, yeah, there is. Get the lift. There's somebody up there. So anyway, I was the boss, so he got the lift. And went up there, and of course there was nobody up there. And for the next 6 years that we owned the building, he would show up. My husband doesn't believe in ghosts or pretty much any paranormal, and he came up to me one day and said, you know, if I believed in ghosts, I would say that there had been one standing right there. So it was funny. Anyway, so when we sold the building and closed the business, I hadn't seen him for a long, long time. And I I got a little pissed off because, you know, we were leaving, we were closing down. He wasn't going to see us again. I wasn't going to see him again. And I was washing dishes in a sink. And I said to him, you know, I'm near that veil that you're past. And the least you can do is to say goodbye. Well, as I'm in the dishes, in the sink, an arm comes like this, and goes, oh, let me see if I can see, and goes, so I laughed so hard. I mean, it was so clear. I could see the hairs on his arm. So that's how, and a lot of people saw him. So I knew it wasn't my bipolar disorder. And that's kind of what I'm getting to, is that I've had a lot of experiences that aren't due to my bipolar disorder, but that are due to something. And I never found out if there'd ever been a death on that land, or anything like that, or why he was hanging out, or anything. I never found out. But I'll never forget him, because he was so cool. Anyway, and I'll tell other paranormal stories. But I'll tell you my first one. My first one was when my uncle killed himself. And I think it was 1966. I'm not sure. And he shot himself in the head. And I mean, he was in so much pain. He was epileptic, couldn't get a job. He was an alcoholic. So I remember a few months after that, my mother's mother had gotten me a Ouija board, because she was all into it. She knew a lot of the people. She knew Hans Holzer, who was the only kind of ghost hunter that was out there at the time. And I sat down there, and I had a candle, and I put my hands lightly on the, you know, what do you call it, the little thing that moves around. And nothing. I mean, nothing. I must have sat there for 15 minutes. Nothing. So I said, Bobby, if you're here, find some other way to show me that you're here. And I got up, and I went and I sat on my bed. And the moment I sat on my bed, the television turned on to that famous Magruder film of JFK getting shot in the head. And I knew that was Bobby. I knew that was Bobby. It just I never questioned it was Bobby. And when I did my own suicide attempt, you know, I didn't have an NDE. I was in a coma for 3 days, but I didn't have an NDE, and I know why. Is that I wouldn't have come back. I wouldn't have chosen to come back, no matter what. No matter what. It was too painful here. And I had a sociopathic mother and a father who was always in Vietnam, and of course they were divorced. And I didn't feel I had any safe place to be. So maybe my grandmother's, but I wasn't living with them. So what I do remember about being in intensive care is that I was sitting almost like on my head, watching everything. And I remember a priest came and did some kind of prayers over me. I'm not quite sure what kind of prayers. You know, the nurses going back and forth. And I remember just feeling numb in the way that nothing really mattered. And then I woke up. And immediately when I got up, because I told the nurse I wanted a cigarette, and she was going to sneak me one in the bathroom. And this was the 60s, remember? I threw up all over the place. So on that note, I know I was all over the place with this video, but that's the way my head feels, kind of is all over the place. So anyway, take care, have a great day, and see you soon.